how it says it's being recorded, just so you know, don't pick your nose. If you guys have any questions about bonuses, about what's going on, about what's been dropped, throw them in the chat. We can help answer along the way. And I am going to try my best to keep this short and simple for you tonight, but bonuses were just launched again. And I will tell you, having been here for 3 years with Le-Vel, typically these are launched one time a year. I have never, ever, ever seen them launch them twice in a year, let alone within 30 days of each other. So we just ended bonus season at the end of April, and they just restarted it at the beginning of June. So if you're new here, you have no idea what that means, or if you're on replay and you have no idea what it means if you rank up in the first 2 ranks, so you've got 4K as your very first rank in this company, the second one is 12K. From now through the end of August, if you rank up, the company is paying you out a dollar for dollar match rank advancement bonus. So let's say you go 4K anytime. It could be June, it could be July, it could be August. You rank up to 4K, the company is going to pay you out a $4,000 bonus. And what I wanted to look at was the payout. So for 4K, it's over 8 months. For 12K, it is over 10 months. And so now is not the time to play small. And so what I want to kind of talk to you guys tonight is that I want you to understand what exactly it is that you're sitting on. I want you to understand what it is that you have your hands on. And I hope that you know that it is something that can change your life. And if you don't believe that, then go ahead and get off the Zoom. Like, just save yourself some time. I'm not trying to be mean tonight, but I can tell you, I know what it takes to rank advance. I know what it takes to hit these bonuses, and that is what I'm here for. I am here to teach you how to get there. And so you have to start believing in what you have your hands on. I know you believe in your product. Most of you still struggle with believing in yourself. That is where you struggle. And if you were with us last bonus season and you did not rank up, was it because you didn't believe in yourself? Was it because you didn't go full out? Was it because you weren't being that woman that you needed to be able to earn these bonuses? And I will say, as I've said earlier today, bonus season is not the time. Bonus season is not the time to go reinvent the wheel. It's not the time to go try to figure out how to grow your business on Pinterest when right now you're working Facebook and Instagram, right? It's not the time to go focus on the things that you're not doing yet. It's time to hone in on what you're doing, and not necessarily doing more, but being more. That is what takes you from a brand promoter to a 4K leader. That is what takes you. It is all right here. And so now's not the time to doubt yourself. I will tell you, from January to the end of April, did you know that our team cashed out on over $1 million in bonuses? So my question to you is, why not you? Why? Who's putting the limitations on yourself as to why you can't get there, especially when the company's handing them to you again, right? And so the breakdown for that, we said, was 4K bonus is $500 a month. The 12K bonus is $1,200 a month. The 4K bonus is over 8 months. The 12K bonus is over 10 months. But listen to it for a second, because like, that sounds great, but do you have any skin in the game is my question. Do you have any skin in the game? As in, if you are married, have you had a conversation with your spouse to say, this is what I'm working on? We have a $500 payout on the line. We have a technically $1,500 payout on the line. If you rank up to 12K, you also get a $300 auto bonus that the company pays you $300 a month on the second Tuesday of every month. So you're now not only getting your $1,200 payment, but you're also getting an extra $300. So you're getting $1,500 for the next 10 months. as long as you're maintaining your 12K, right? So put some skin in the game. What does that mean for you and your spouse? What does that mean for you and your kids, right? You can't just like willy-nilly like, oh, I'm just going to try like as hard as I can and like I hope that it happens. No, you have to wake up every single day and say, this is mine. That check has my name on it and I'm about to cash my check, right? At minimum, it's going to be a $4,000 check, but boo, it could be a $12,000 check. You have to wake up with that mindset every day. And that is how you show up. That's how you show up in your stories. That's how you show up on your content. That's how you're going live. And like I said, it's not necessarily doing more. It's being more. It's how are you talking on your stories? Are you more confident? Did you dial up the energy a little bit? Does she see that you're being a little bit more bold right now? Right? And so bold dreams take bold action. And so when you enter a season like this, I want you to go and sit down with your spouse if you're married. And I want you to say, babe, at minimum, we got a $500 payment coming. We could have a $1,200 payment coming plus another $300 for our car payment. What will that mean for our family? Write it down on paper. What does that mean? I'm going to be putting $500 towards paying off X amount of debt, right? What card payment are you paying off? What's that going to feel like when you can cross that off your list and no longer you have that on your family's shoulders every single month? What does that mean for you? Does that mean that you can go out for a pizza night on Fridays? Does that mean that you can take your kids to the water park this summer? Does that mean that you can finally have a savings account so that if you need new tires, you can actually afford it, right? Or God forbid, if somebody gets sick, guess what? Mama worked her butt off and now we don't have to stress about it and we don't have to have marital disputes over money anymore, right? Make the money mean something to you. If you are not married, sit down with your children. Put some skin in the game. Look at your babies and say, listen, I know that they don't know any, like if you have small babies, they may not know anything about money, but you can say, mommy's working on her phone right now for something really special. And so you put that dollar amount in their heads, right? And you say, when mommy achieves what she's going after, we're going to do X, Y, or Z, right? We're going to go to the water park. We're going to go to Great Wolf Lodge. We're going to go, whatever it means, right? Put some skin in the game so that when it doesn't happen, it hurts a little bit more. So that on the days where you don't feel like it, on the days where you're super overwhelmed, on the days where you're super stressed, you look at your babies or you look at your spouse and you're like, no, like I made a promise, right? I made a promise to my babies I was going to take them to the water park. So I'll be damned if I sit this one out because I don't feel like putting up a post today, right? You have to put some skin in the game. And these bonuses don't discriminate. I wrote that down on my notes here. These bonuses don't discriminate. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your weight is, your size, your ethnicity. None of that matters. Your background doesn't matter. Your circumstances doesn't matter. What matters is, do you believe that you can do it or not? And are you going to fight like hell to get there? That is what matters. And that is the mindset that you have to have. So when you're going into bonus season like this, it's a whole new you. You flip a whole new light switch. You become a whole new woman because this is something that can change your business. This is something that can change your life, not just about money, right? It's who you're becoming along the way. It's the leader that you're becoming. It's the team that you're growing. It's the leaders that you're building along the way. And so you have to check your emotions at the door. If you're sad, if you're down, if you're angry, if you're whatever on any given day, guess what? You made a promise to your spouse. You made a promise to your children. You made a promise to yourself that you were actually going to see it through this time. So you have to check your emotions at the door, and you have to be in control of those every single day. Every single day. You have to leave your laziness behind. You have to leave your excuses behind. You have to leave your like half in, half out, like, let me see if the water is warm enough yet because it's the beginning of summer, kind of before I jump in the pool. You have to leave all of that behind. Because if you're half in, half out, guess what? You're attracting half in, half out people. 100%. And that's not a fun place to be. Because you want that runner, right? You want that girl that gets it. You want that person who you can change their life because their life depends on it and they're willing to work just as hard as you are, right? So you have to show up as her first. Otherwise, you're going to attract your half in, half out people. You're going to exhaust your energy on your half in, half out people. You're going to feel like you're dragging people through the mud. And I'm not trying to be mean, but like, I'm done with that. I'm over that season. I am not here to be your best friend. And you have to take this mentality too. As you become a leader in this business, I am not here to be your best friend. I am here to be your best mentor. That is my job. And so I will leave you with 4 things. Number 1, I put that bold dreams require being bold. Write down what it's going to mean to you, what it's going to mean to your family. And this is the time. This is not the time, like a lot of people think like, well, when I post about my business, like I feel spammy, right? Now is not the time to post, oh my God, $4,000 to $12,000. Like, who wants that money, right? Now is the time to be having business meetings behind closed doors. And so rank advancement earners are not made in bonus season, if you know what I mean. It's the work that you've been putting in. Okay. And I'm having business meetings. I'm going back to my potentials and I'm saying, listen, let's just use, I don't know, Sarah, for example. Sarah, you told me you wanted more energy, right? You told me you wanted more energy. I look at when I talked to her, I said, we talked April 1st. Has anything changed since then? Or are you ready to get started? I'd love to help you. That's a business meeting. That's me taking control over it because she ghosted on me, right? That's me going to somebody saying, listen, like, I know we talked about the business. I know we talked about the business and you said that you wanted to take stress off of your husband. I go back to what they told me. You told me you wanted to take stress off your husband, but you were scared that you would fail. Is mindset the only thing that's holding you back? Yes or no? Right? These are bold conversations. These are business meetings that you're having with these potentials that you've already been talking to, right? Now is not the time to just pretend like everybody is going to come to you. You've been forming relationships this whole time. You've been talking to people this whole time. We are not cold messaging people, but we are having business meetings with people behind closed doors. That is my number 1. Number 2, do not apologize in the chat. The reason why I say that is because if you're the type of person to come in the chat, our chat is our community, our chat is our culture. It is my responsibility as your leader to keep that a positive, uplifting, healthy space. But if you are apologizing in the chat for you being MIA or you not showing up for your business, I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with us, right? And if you're apologizing in the chat for why you haven't been showing up for your business, we are not the same people, right? And what you need to be doing is you need to look at your spouse. You need to look at your kids. That's who you need to apologize to. Anytime you feel like you don't want to post today because it's hard. You don't want to go live because you've never done it before. You don't want to finish the unit videos on the team page because like life got in the way. Well, guess what? Life's going to get in the way. These bonuses are going to pass you by and you will be gone and you won't make it. You won't be here, right? Because you didn't turn up the volume, you didn't turn up the energy, you didn't turn up the self-belief that you need to get there. And in order to believe in yourself, can I just tell you, like, in order to grow confidence, in order to grow self-belief, that's something you have to build. That's not something that just comes tomorrow when you wake up. That is something you have to build. That leads me to number 3 is, do you know how to grow a muscle? Do you know how to grow that confidence? Do you know how to grow that leadership? It's not lifting the same weight day in and day out. It's progressively, it's progressively lifting heavier and heavier, correct? That is how you build a muscle. I don't have a lot, but hey, that is how you build a muscle. And I'm not saying go do more. I'm saying go be more. Maybe you're talking about your products. Maybe you're talking about your business, but like, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I get to make money from my phone, right? What story can you tell, right? For me, I tell the story about how I don't like working in the hospital and I don't want to be a nurse full time. And my babies in there tell me I'm the mom who's gone all the days. My husband and I fight about how I'm gone all the days and he feels like he's daddy daycare and he really is daddy daycare, right? He really is. He works 24 hours and he's home for 2 days and he's daddy daycare for 2 days. And I'm lucky if I come home at night and my babies aren't in bed already. That is my life. But that's what I talk about. I'm not afraid to share my story anymore. I'm not afraid to say, hey, guess what? I don't like being a nurse. Hey, guess what? I went 30 plus grand into debt for my career that I'm unfulfilled in, right? I'm not afraid to talk about that. I'm not afraid to talk about how I used to fall asleep on my kids. I'm not afraid to talk about how I didn't used to like going to the gym. My husband used to drag me to the gym. My husband told me, he looked me in the face and said, Amber, you're miserable. This is what's going to connect with people. This is what's going to connect with the girl on the other side of the screen who's been watching you, who doesn't like or comment on your posts. And she's too damn scared to reach out to you. You have to flip that switch. You have to flip that switch on your stories, in your posts, in going live, and you have to speak to her. You have to say, babe, borrow my confidence, borrow my belief. I believe in what I have my hands on. I know this product is going to change your life. I know that this leadership, that this community right here, this is the place for growth. I know that. I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm not half in, half out. I show up every day. I share my products every day. I go face to face on my stories every day. I speak life into my audience because I know she's watching and I know she's scared and I know she doesn't believe in herself, but that's the girl I got to talk to. That's the girl I got to talk to. So you have to grow that muscle and you have to understand that it's not doing more. It's not posting 5 times a day. It's not figuring out Pinterest. It's not 15 live videos a week. It's not making your stories turn into little ants at the top. It's not. Nobody likes that. Somebody sees that. Somebody sees that on your stories, that like your little hash marks at the top of your stories go to little ants. Oh my God, it's so overwhelming. I don't even look at them. I'm like, whew, I ain't got time for that girl, right? She's lucky if I look at 1 or 2 slides. So it's not doing more, it's being more. And I hope you know that. Number 4, I will just say, and I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. But you have to identify who you're working with to get to your next rank. Okay? And technically, like speaking, you could do 4,000 in sales on your own and sign 2 promoters on packs and have 2 active legs technically that never do anything, and you can do the rest of the volume, right? But that's not realistic, and it's no fun if your homies can't come. Okay? I will tell you, when you rank up and you helped nobody else get there, it feels kind of shitty. Sorry about the baby, Harriet. But it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Sean, hold on. Now he wants to call. It doesn't feel good when you earn double, triple fast starts and you can't help somebody else do it. It doesn't feel good when you earn free product credit and you can't help somebody else do that. It doesn't feel good, and this business should feel good. And this company puts so much emphasis in our comp plan on you rank advance when you help other people. You help other people and you'll rank advance. So if you're reaching for 4K, honey, 2 people. 2 people, who can you take to VIP 1600? And do not sit here and tell me that you never hit VIP 1600. Guess what? I didn't either. But I've helped people do it. And so that is where the confidence is that you have to have. And I tell you guys this all the time, like, no one comes in, like, they don't ask me my rank, they don't ask me my income. So you have to get over that fear. You have to get over the fear of feeling like, what if they figure me out, right? What if they figure me out that I'm like not a rank yet? What if they figure me out that like I'm still trying to figure this out? Guess what? I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay? I am still trying to figure it out 3 years in. Okay? That doesn't go away, but it's, does that feeling, are you going to let it defeat you or not? That is where you got to stand tall. And so 2 people, who have you been talking with? Who have you been talking with? Do you know somebody who would benefit from these bonuses? And this is what these conversations look like with people you've talked to about the business before. I talk to them and I'm like, listen, this is what you told me. You told me you wanted to take stress off of your husband. Has anything changed since we talked last time? Is mindset the only thing that's holding you back? Because that's where I come in. And that's where I 100%, without a shadow of doubt, I know I can help you with that. Right? I know I can help you with that. That's what you say. And if you don't think that you can help somebody with that, do you know somebody, this team, that can help you grow as a leader, to help them with their confidence, with their belief, right? And you have these conversations where you say, I'm upfront. It's not overnight. I can't do it for you, but I will do it with you. End of conversation, period. If they don't get back to you, they're not meant to be on this journey with you yet. And you have to be okay with that, right? And if you have somebody that joins you in this business and they're half in and half out, and you're up leveling and you're consistent and you're showing up and you're on trainings and you're doing all the things that you need to do to grow your business, but they have not put in the effort and they are asking for your time, right? If you ask me for a one-on-one right now, a year ago, I would have said, oh, yes, honey, we'll do a one-on-one, right? But if you ask me for a one-on-one right now, today, and I know you haven't been showing up on trainings, why? Why am I going to waste my energy dragging you to the bowl of water, right? When you can't show up for yourself and you can't show up for your husband and you can't show up for your babies. I will stay up late with you. I will do 3-way chats. I will do 3-way Zooms. I will help you through conversations. I will help you grow as a leader. I will teach you every step I have taken to get to where I am today. I will do whatever it takes, but I will not come to your house and put your shoes on for you so that you show up for your life. That I won't do. But do you see, like, this is where you have to get to the point where your time and your energy is just as important as mine. And so you pay attention to who you're bringing onto the tribe with you, and you pay attention to where you're spending your energy. And if people are negative on your posts, and if somebody tells you that they don't think that the products work, okay, the products, maybe they're not for you because you're still eating Cheetos at 10 p.m., right? There's always somebody that you're never going to make happy. Always. So identify who you're working with, identify where you're going to spend your energy, identify the areas that you need to work. Maybe it's time management. I know I need to do a training in the team page on time management. Again, I get a lot of people asking me about how I do this when I work full-time as a nurse. A lot of days I shoot from the hip, but a lot of days I plan on my planner, and I'll make it a point in the next week or so. I will do a live on the team page about time management and what I've learned along the way. I know I need to update the one that I have done. But Harriet, do you have anything you want to add to it before I wrap it up? Because Harriet ranked advanced to 4K when we had bonuses last. So what did you feel like there?
I was able to take some quick notes because I stopped and I had to think, okay, what was different? Because something clicked and I didn't even realize it clicked until after I ranked up, and Amber was like, you were on fire. You were a different woman. You were showing up different in your stories. You were showing up different on your feed. You were talking in your stories with that confidence, with that belief, and telling her like, girl, come on with it. Borrow my belief, right? I got you, right? And it's like, I didn't even realize it until she told me after. So like, I just kind of wrote down some things that have helped me, if he lets me get it out, that have helped me kind of get through, like certain words that just make it click for you. And first one is, your actions are a reflection of what you value. Right? So do you even value your own growth, right? Do you value yourself growing and using the tools that we have available for you to grow in order for you to be able to even have something to say to her, right? For her to see in your eyes and you're confident that you are serious and you mean business. That's point blank it. And I didn't do anything different. Like she said, you just become more. Right? I have on here, keep it stupid simple. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Share your experience, share your life, whatever you're comfortable on sharing, right? Whatever you're comfortable with, share your why. Like Amber said, like, why are you doing this? What did it feel like before starting this business? And what does it feel like now? Not just with the products, but your life and the community, how the business in itself is just changing you to even look forward to your future. It changes so much for us to even look forward. Like before, I didn't want to think a year, 5 years from now. I didn't want to think about that. I was a mess. So for me to now have something to look forward to, like we are worthy and capable of having those feelings of a bright future, on getting ahead, right? So you have to make that decision and you have to persevere through in spite of whatever's going on. I've gotten on Zooms with this little one right here over a bucket, puking. No excuses. Because guess what? I'm at home making money with my kiddos. And in the future, when I become a leader, that 200K leader, I'm going to have to still show up. The whole point is for me to be home with my kids. That's the whole point. So if they're sick, I'm going to tell my 200K team that I can't show up. Well, I thought the whole point was for you to be able to make money from home and work from home. Why are you making your excuse? Point blank, right? So operate from a place of joy, of inspiration, and not desperation, because that comes through to her. That comes through to your audience. You have to build that belief. Belief, we said it before, belief, confidence is a product of belief. So when you develop that belief in yourself and believing in yourself that you got this, she's going to trust you. She's going to believe in not only in herself, but believe that you can help her to bring her along with you. Are you going to make her, Em said this before, will they get in the vehicle with you? right? Yes. Will they get in the car with you? Are they gonna come with you, right? So just have belief, because it strengthens, like I wrote out here, it strengthens your confidence, which comes forward to your audience. Don't be afraid to claim it. Don't be afraid to claim that you are 4K. Tell them that you're going 4K, whether it happens or not. Like, I admire Amber because we were so excited. Oh, you're going to Mexico, you're 12K. But guess what? She embraced the fact that's like, hey, we were so close, but man, wasn't it like exciting? Man, it was a season of growth. They're going to see that. And they're just going to know that you are not going anywhere, first of all. You didn't go anywhere just because you didn't hit that 12K. That's still going to make them trust you. Oh, my goodness. Wait, they're going to know that you are real about the ups and the downs that it takes, because we tell people this is not overnight. We're doing this together. So consistency wins. Don't reinvent the wheel. IPAs, right? When those, it's like, it's not like you're gonna feel like a robot, but whatever you can get done in a day, know that you've touched your business. You've touched your business, and that's what's gonna make you feel. Wait, baby, please let mommy do this. Let mommy do this. Just a few more minutes, okay? Just stick to it. Don't reinvent the wheel, because when you do your IPAs, it really makes you feel accomplished. It makes you feel like you've touched your business, and then let the rest, let God do the rest. Let God do his job, because you've done yours. And that's it. I can't mute myself.
You're fine. You're fine. You're the epitome of like, I have no excuses, right? Like, I'm not giving any excuses. I'm showing up for my baby boys. And I want to leave you guys with this at the end of the night. I first ranked up to 4K in November of 2019. And I sat at 4K until March of 2021. Both times I rank advanced, it was during a rank advancement bonus season. And I remembered, even as we were working towards 12K at the beginning of this year, I remembered that moment of me pushing for 4K. I remembered showing up on my stories. I remember being bold and sharing my tracker. I screenshot my tracker, even if it was 200 in volume. I screenshotted it. And remember, I told you the day I went 4K, my volume was 1,300 that morning. 1,300. So we went from 1,300 to 4,000 at the end of the day. And so you can't tell me that it can't be done. You can't tell me that you're checking out on the 15th of the month when your tracker is at $1,000, right? Share your tracker. Share what you're working towards. Maybe you throw up a post and you say, I've been here X amount of time. Put a picture of your family up there like I did in March. And I said, I want to say thank you for every person who has ever ordered from me, every person who has ever sent me a message, who has ever liked, ever commented. This business means the world to me. And this is why. And this is what I'm working for, right? It doesn't matter if they order from you or if they tell you kudos or good job or whatever, right? But you show appreciation to your following. You give value. You talk about where you've been and where you're going, how you can help her get to the next place. You have to make deposits into your social media before you'll ever make a withdrawal. I'll say it again. You have to make deposits into your social media before you'll ever make a withdrawal. And about a week before I went 4K, I wrote myself this $4,000 check. I wrote it to myself and I put it under my pillow and I manifested the shit out of it. And I woke up every day and I said, I am a 4K leader. I am worthy. I am capable. I am confident. I am a great leader, even though I didn't quite believe it yet. I knew I'd get there, right? I manifested this check. I slept on it. I prayed on it. I prayed on it. I prayed for 12K. I prayed for you guys. I prayed for your fears. I prayed for your doubts. And something that you don't know about me is I'm the leader who has struggled with faith for a really long time. And I have been angry at God for a really long time. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until you hand it all over. And you pray. You pray for the girl who's been watching you. You pray that you can show up on your stories today and you can give her the message that she needs to hear. You pray that you can be the leader for the girl that just joined you on your team. You pray over her doubts. You pray over her fears. You pray over your own. Even if you don't feel confident in that yet. Faith is something I'm still working on. But you can't go at it alone, because you'll be left with your own insecurities and your own doubts, and you'll be looking in the mirror and you'll be saying these things and you'll be looking at like half empty eyeballs, right? But when you believe that there's somebody else, there's a higher being, there's a God, there is whatever you believe in, when you believe that you are capable of things that you haven't even achieved yet, it will all start to fall into place. And you will become that girl that can earn a $4,000 check, that can cash her check for her family and move forward to the next rank, to the next level, to the next level leadership, to that woman who is capable of building an empire. You know that, right? I hope you know what you have your hands on as far as your products. I hope you know what you have your hands on as far as the business, as far as the leaders that you have and the environment that you have for growth. And so what I want you to do before you lay your head on your pillow tonight is I want you to write yourself a check. Harriet, you're writing yourself a $12,000 check. The rest of you can write a $12,000 check. Okay. You rank advanced to 4K. Let's say you go 4K this month. Guess what? If you go 12K next month, got yourself a $12,000 bonus, baby. Right? Make it mean something to you, because maybe you've been in this business for X amount of time and you just haven't made it mean anything to you yet. And you're like, well, I have a job. So like, if this doesn't work, like I write down my goals, but like if it doesn't happen, it won't be so bad because at least I have a paycheck coming in from my job, right? But you have to make it mean something to you. And I told you guys this before, and I will leave you with this. When you make it mean something to you, that if you don't achieve it, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to hurt when you have to look at your babies and say, sorry, we can't go to the water park, right? Or sorry, babe, like I tried, but like we're not gonna be able to pay off that debt right now, right? And we're still gonna argue over finances, or we're not gonna be able to pay for school, or we're not gonna be able to put the kids in activities, or right? We're just gonna have to stay stuck. We're just gonna have to stay where we're at, right? Because it was just really scary for me. I didn't believe I could do it. So yeah. when you get to the point where those conversations are going to be really scary for you to have, and it's going to really hurt if you don't earn that $4,000 bonus or you don't earn that $12,000 bonus, that is when the shift happens. Okay. So I hope you got something out of this tonight. We're going to end it there. And I love you guys.